Hello everyone. In this video I want to show you how to do refueling. This fuel boom is new and you have 6 fuel tanks and 2 more at the front. Not sure what those are for, but you cannot fill those. When you spawn the Starfarer, her internal fuel tanks are full. Those external fuel drums used for refueling are empty. This means first thing we have to do is we have to buy hydrogen and or quantum fuel for our 6 external fuel tanks. You use your Mobi class, tap Vehicle Maintenance, and we cannot refuel those external fuel tanks from here. Okay. You have to sit on the pilot seat. Mobi class, maintenance, and now we have new options. We can buy quantum or hydrogen. Let's click on manual. Yeah, all those lights shining through. This is sometimes hard to read. And we have 1 internal fuel tank for Starfarer herself, and we have S3, S1, P1, S2, P2 and P3, 6 external fuel tanks. Let's say we want to fill 3 of them with quantum and buy. And now 3 of our fuel tanks are filling with quantum. You can see this in this console. Quantum 12%, 13, 14. You can only fill up 1 type of fuel at the same time, but if I would have selected 6 tanks with quantum, all 6 would get filled. And I went to third person view to show you this in case you are wondering. No, there are no hoses. It's all magic. Yeah, you can mix and match. You can buy hydrogen, quantum, but each tank only can have 1 type of fuel, obviously, and you can only fill 1 type at the same time. Now we have to wait until quantum is full. Okay, 3 of our fuel tanks have now quantum. 1 is at 99.99. Okay, now let's fill the other 3 with hydrogen. Again, you have to sit on the pilot seat. I hope that CHA will change this. This is a bit strange. Again, maintenance, refuel hydrogen, manual. And now we have 3 more pots we can fill with hydrogen. And buy. Now you can see 3 of our fuel tanks getting filled with hydrogen. And now we have 3 tanks with quantum, 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 and 3 with hydrogen, hydrogen, and hydrogen, and we can fly off and make a lot of money selling fuel. Well, hopefully. Okay, it starts with I leave my pilot seat and I extend fuel boom. You click on refueling and on deploy boom. You can't do this from your pilot seat, which I don't like. Okay, refueling boom is now extending. And now Flickr has to ask for permission to dock. And I will accept.
Docking request received.
I accept. To request docking, Flickr has to target my Starfarer and hit N, and I can accept or deny. If Flickr wants to auto-dock, she can hold N until her ship starts to move. And here we have Flickr's view in the Sentinel. Flickr is targeting the Starfarer, hitting N, and I accept request to dock, and now it's auto-docking. This auto docking is a very slow process. I made quite a few cuts. This takes like over a minute, I think. If you want to, you can do it manually, of course. There's a good chance that you are quicker, but it's a bit more dangerous. And now we are docked. And now Flickr is requesting fuel. She goes to Mobi class maintenance, and she's now selecting how much fuel and what type of fuel she wants. If you are doing this in the universe to make money, you have to negotiate a price first, of course. Okay, Flickr is docked, and Flickr requested quantum fuel 0.13 SCU. Let's check out our console. Okay, let's click on refueling. And you can see, well, this is a very small font. Flickr requested 136 micro SCU of quantum. Now we are going to pod management. We are choosing one of our fuel tanks with quantum. We are opening it. You can see now arrows going into the pipe. This is Flickr, this is the pipe. We are opening the nozzle, and you can select a flow rate. I go for very low because this isn't exactly a lot of fuel. And done. And close. Now Flickr should have received her quantum. And it worked. Transfer successful. By the way, both sides can cut the connection. The staffbearer can click on abort, and the ship that needs fuel can always click on cancel. By the way, if you're doing this for real, to make money, you should set a price, of course. I didn't. Let's say I don't even know if this is much, if this is high or low. Let's say 1000 for quantum. And 1000 for hydrogen. Yeah, this font is very, very small. We even can click on auto price. I'm not sure what this means. Does this mean your typical station rate? Maybe. Conclusion. Once again, we have a new mechanic, refueling, that looks botched together. Nothing feels organic. Yes, alpha, but we are near 10. I expect a bit more professionalism from a $500 million game. Remember, refueling was supposed to come in 3.1, but CRG just reused the Docker interface that came in 3.13.
But anyway, so 3.1 is going to have mining, we're going to have refining and processing, we're going to have quantum interdiction, which means you'll be able to wait and pull people out of quantum travel, whether it's AI or you're doing it yourself, refueling, escort.
The docking mechanic is not great. It requires a ship that needs fuel to move, so it must have at least a bit of hydrogen left. To buy fuel for your external fuel tanks, you have to sit on the pilot seat and use Mobi class, and you have to use a different console to do the refueling. Yeah, like I mentioned, botched together. Why can't we do everything from one spot? We can only fuel one ship at a time, but in air-to-air refueling, which is much more complicated, airplanes are not standing still, there are turbulences. You can refuel up to 2 airplanes at once. Not always, but it's a possibility. There's no fuel cut-off. You can spoil fuel happily all over the universe.
I spill my drink!
There's also a gantry with one console for each fuel tank. I don't see much use of this. Maybe I am missing something. If so, then please leave a comment. Another thing, I wasn't sure if I should mention it. Right now you cannot refuel in atmosphere because both ships are falling down to the ground. Thank you very, very much again, Flickr, for all the help and all your patience. I hope you found this interesting and helpful, and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.